Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is? It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. Live on Team GRF TV, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yo, the King of Fighters Destiny, episode 13, Trap. Now, we'll talk about that in a second, because we got to handle that side business, and there is some deepness in that side business, which is our main business, but we got some other main business. We are trying to find our final four for the next round of this KOF tournament. And right now, we got the hero squad of Benimaru Nikaido, Goro Dalmon, and Kyo Kusanagi versus the American sports team with the power of the Orochi, with Brian Battler, Lucky Glauber, and Heavy D facing off. And when we left our last episode, my boy Benimaru put in that work. Sat up here, cracked Brian's neck, sat up here, put in his work, hit him with everything in the kitchen sink 3 times. And then when the episode starts, we see him flying over the rope, out of the ring, KO knockout. So it was seen that the power of the Orochi, as we know, a very formidable force indeed. So that then brings in the big man, Big Goro, the judo master. And what proceeds to happen next is something that I laughed at, but maybe shouldn't have laughed at, but laughed at. Do you want to know how to control the Orochi? Choke a bitch like Wayne Brady. Because that's exactly what Goro did. They were sitting up here going back and forth. At first, Goro was having a difficult time picking up that boy Brian. And I don't know whether it was Goro couldn't get him, but he a judo master, and it's like in judo is about shifting weight and stuff. So I don't really feel that was it. I feel that was more of Brian standing his ground with the power of the Orochi, and not necessarily Goro sitting up here and can't flip him. But then at some point he started flipping them, and they did a test of strength and did all that, and then Goro got him on the ground. Do I have to choke a bitch like Wayne Brady? Choke him out. Choke him out, big man. And that's exactly what he did. Hit him with the Roddy Piper NWO shit. Sat up here on the ground, had him. I got permission to put your mama in a headlock. And choked Brian out. And you could just see the Orochi just fade. His face is like, I sat up here, I paused that, I laughed so hard. I'm like, you telling me all these years that y'all could have kept Iori and Leon and all the Orochi cats under control by choking them like Wayne Brady? And I'm just sitting there like, I'm just like, no, nah, show you play too much. Choke a bitch. And I'm just like, come on, for real? Seriously? Anyway, with Brian out the way, we got that boy Lucky Glauber in the building, Mr. Street Hoop. Shout out to my boy Magic Dunker in the building, man. Y'all should play some Fight Fever. That game was covered on the channel. It was pretty good. I taught some people how to play it. Shout out to the A Factor, Rollins 247, the fam in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. I'm like, yo, the beginning of that fight, Goro kicked Lucky in the shin, right? And you see the bone break. This dude sit up here like it don't affect him. He running. He sit up here jumping in the air like he about to slam dunk. He throw the ball, hit Goro dead in the gut. Like, ugh. Just, oh, but then Lucky got beat down and lost too. So I don't know if that's a race thing. I don't know if I should be screaming New Ferguson, but I won't. I don't know what happened. I'm just sitting up here like, I thought Lucky was going to get him. I really thought Lucky was going to get him, and Goro just got up. Like, countdown going. He grabbed that leg, sat up or hit him with the throw him in the air. Finish him. Dunked him. And I'm just sitting up here like, huh? Just unceremoniously dumped this fool like yesterday trash. And I'm just like, wow. Just dumbness. But when you think that boy Goro finna go up against my guy, my nephew, my Negro, Heavy D, Kyo come in like, I got this, big man. Let me handle this, homie. The main event, Kyo Kusanagi versus Heavy D. Fight though. And it's popping off. For a minute, my boy Heavy D was getting with Kyo. Sitting up, hit him with the bodies, hit him with them body shots, hitting him with the blah, 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 blah. K.O. sitting up here like, I got you. And K.O. the whole time was sitting up here straight shit, talking to boy like, you ain't got nothing on me, fam. Sitting up here dodging and doing all this. I'm like, yo, another point for this game and fight choreo and this show and how it appreciates the game and the fight choreography, how they do. I'm just like, that fight was nuts. Especially when K.O. finally got smart on him and just had him, and then when Heavy D punched that hole into the ring post, K.O. got with him. Hit him with everything. Hit him with he hit him with a Dokugami chain. And I was like, what? Hit him with that low punch Dokugami joint. Hit him with the, and then he did the toss into the elbow drop. I was like, word. I'm like, yo, you would think simple things like that and these nods to the game wouldn't get me that hype. But I'm mad hype. Like, stuff like that get me extra hype. Extra hype. Like, I just love me KOF. And you can never love KOF too much, and you can never love it not enough. Just wonderful. Before we get to our main event of this episode, I do want to speak a little bit about the idle chatter that we saw from the combatants as this was going on. Because last episode, we had Athena who was able to feel the power of the Orochi, and there was something wrong in the force. And Chen just sitting there like, yo, what's good? And Kesso like, meat buns? You know what I'm saying? It's like this episode, we had a lot of King, Mind, Yuri sitting up here trying to figure out, especially in that Lucky fight, trying to find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So there was that too. But I'm trying to think, it wasn't really nobody else really commenting on that fight. So, with that being said, let us get to the main event of this episode. During the middle of, I think it was the Goro Lucky fight, Terry gets a phone call. Nothing is said, nothing is told you about the content of this phone call. It's a phone call and Terry gets up and leaves. Hot Iron sitting up here like, yo, hey, let me rap with you, nephew. Man, you bugging my phone. No, nephew, no. You notice the trap, right? But if I don't put on my Captain Save a hoe cape, who gonna say this hoe? The answer is somebody else. So don't do this. Don't do this. Man, saving hoes is in my blood, man. I gotta save these hoes. Alright, then. Just be careful out there with your cape on. You don't want to get that caught on nothing. Alright, thanks, OG, man. I appreciate it. And Carrie runs off to save the hoe. At some point, Joe and Andy realize he's missing. And they like, yo, Nissan, where you at, Nissan? Here come Hider again out the shadows like, yo. Hey, yo, what's up, nephews? Yeah, I put a trace on your brother. He over here. And then we go over there. And we get some interesting dialogue between one Billy Khan and what's that girl's name? What is this girl's name? Oh, wait, the hoe. Because, see, if I call her by her real name, then that's giving respect to Terry wanting to save Angelina as a whore, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, see, you don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. But, see, here is the problem. Billy wants to be Captain Save 'em. Billy wants to be Captain Save 'em. While I'm sitting up here telling and hoping that Terry don't save him, he's sitting up here like E40. Or is I should I save her? I wanna be saved. So now we got Hot Iron singing the 3-6 Mafia don't save him. While Terry in his head talking about is I could I save her? And you got Billy singing out loud, I'm gonna save these hoes, cause they wanna be saved. And it's just like, I'm like, here's honestly what I think about this whole non-triangle triangle, right? Is the Billy-Terry relationship, if you want to call it that, the rivalry that these two had, was nothing more about who is better on what day of the week. I appreciate that this show wants to muddle that and complicate it with a woman in the middle. Because, see, given the context of what this show is and what it's doing with these characters, is that it wasn't really a rivalry at that point between Terry and Billy. But if you want to force one in, this is the best way, plot-wise, you can get one in there, make the beef what it is, and then give them something to fight about. Because, see, my thing is honestly this. Whether or not, whatever captain saves the whole, Angelina's gonna die. Because, see, that's the thing that makes sense story-wise. Angelina's not gonna survive. It's just a thing that's not gonna happen. It doesn't have any plot-relevant sense. Now, you got other stuff in the wings when it comes to Terry. You got the whole rock thing and how that ultimately flows into even Geese, even though he got a damn kid. Is he really some kind of deadbeat who don't give a care? He probably is because he's Geese and Howard. So there's all of that too. The thing is, you got two captains wanting to save the same hoe. This is not going to go well. Not going to go well in any way. Terry then walked up in the Geese's spot. You really think they didn't have a plan for that fool coming in? Because they knew. They counted on he was going to put on that cape and fly and save the hoe. And he did that. And now it's like he got plot armor, so you know he going to escape. But see, you've got to give a reason for Terry to continue to interact with Geese and Billy and the rest of them, with it being more than about you killed my daddy. Because that's enough to keep Terry in plot orbit of Geese Howard. But you have all these extra things in play. You have the rising of the Orochi. You have Rugal and Mature and Vice in the wings. You got a Yori somewhere. And I know some of that don't have nothing to do with this immediate problem, but don't think that it won't be a thing before it's a thing. Because, see, ultimately, what has to happen is the tournament's not going to finish. That's just kind of like where I'm headed with this, like in my thought process. If the tournament won't finish, is that the tournament's going to get to a point to where if you want to introduce Saishu into the mix in this, you can if you wanna, but you can leave him out because he was originally supposed to stay dead after KOF 94. You can do whatever you want with that. I don't know if you are going to get the Kyo Terry fight that the show has been teasing inside of a ring. That's going to be some side bonus episode. It's nothing but a choreographed fight between Terry and Kyo. Knockout, drag out. How they get to this point, how they wish to do this is anybody's guess. But they have a tournament to finish. You've got a couple of major characters to introduce. And you've got to kill off the whole that both Billy Kane and Terry Bogard put it on case to save. And it's like, yeah, we're going to do that. That's our wonderful, splendid story idea. Let's do that. So it is what it is. So it's going to be interesting to really see that we a little bit more than halfway in. Is that how many more episodes can they really delve into side stories without interrupting the action, unless the rest of these episodes are going to get longer and longer as they have more to do and more to tell and more to get over on you and get through to do what it is that has to be done. Questions and indeed answers. And we shall get those soon. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of there. I'm going to turn it into a video. Work is coming. Be ready for work. Do that. Go and get up out of here. You know what it is. The one and the only. The triple, the G.O.D. Live on Team GRF TV. And I'd like to once again thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that being said, are you okay?